Hey everybody, it's Teresa. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to make an earring today to match this little earring I've already got made. I almost said a pair of earrings, but I've already got this one made. And I'm going to use some of the beads that came in the June and July Potomac Beads Treasure Edition subscription boxes. I'll put a link in the description box below to the page on the Potomac Beads website where you can read about their subscriptions and subscribe if it's something that you're interested in. When I did the unboxing video for the June box, which was called Coastal Oasis, and I saw these 12mm cushion cut Potomac crystal stones that were in there, I had said that I would probably want to bezel them and turn them into earrings, and I never had got around to doing it. But I wanted to go back and get them out and do it because I had several of you express interest in seeing me do that. So that's what I'm going to do today. And then that's what this is. Of course, what I've got in my little trays here is just enough for one earring. I've got the other 12mm Potomac cushion cut stone. I think I looked it up, and it kind of cut off on the little baggie. It didn't really tell the color, but I looked it up on their website, and I think it was called Color Shift Blue Emerald, I think was the color on the stone. And then these 2mm Potomac crystal bicones were in the June box. The color on those are emerald. And then this check glass dagger bead is out of the July box. And it was called, the box was called Aloha Paradise. And the color on these daggers are as matte green. And that's, of course, what I put at the bottom here. So that's what I've got here, the stone and the bicones and one of the dagger beads. It takes 12 of the bicones per earring. And then I've got the, I used the ear wire, Libra back ear wire that came in the June box with a little pretty little shell on it there. And I've, of course, got the other one of those, and I've got a wire guardian in there. I'm going to be using these Miyuki Delicas, 11-0 Delicas. The color on this is dyed opaque spruce. And then I have my 11-0 and 15-0 Miyuki Duracoat galvanized silver seed beads. I'm going to be using my 6-pound fire line and smoke. I've got a size 12 beading needle. I'll be using my chain nose pliers to open my ear wire when I need to put it on, and my scissors and thread burner to cut and burn down my fire line. I think that's everything. I'll put links to everything I can find in the description box below. Everything I can find links for in the description box below. Everything that didn't come in the boxes. So I think that's everything. So hold on, I'll get some of this out of the way and I'll be back. Okay, I've got some of my beads out here now. And, well, I've got my Delicas and my 15-0s. So that's all I need right now. This is just going to be a really simple little peyote bezel. And I'm going to embellish it a little bit. And I'm going to try to talk a little bit louder than I usually do because I've got this heater running behind me. Y'all probably can hear it. And I know you're thinking, did you say heater? Don't you know it's the middle of summer and it's like really, really super hot this year? And yeah, I know that. But I don't know what's going on with me. For months, I've not been able to get warm. I have this little space heater on me at all times. I tried to do this without it, and it was making the shaking that I normally do even worse than usual. And I just couldn't do it. I couldn't hold on to the beads and get my needle through them and all that. I think the next time I talked to my doctor about it, and the next time he does blood work, he's going to check my thyroid. We think it's probably a thyroid problem that I'm having, but and it's just really weird because I've always been such a hot-natured person my whole life, and it's driving my husband crazy because I'm burning him up because anytime he's around me, he has to put up with this heater, and it's driving him crazy. I've got 5 Delicas, 4 15-0s, 5 Delicas, 4 15-0s, 5 Delicas, 4 15-0s, 5 Delicas, and 4 15-0s. So I've got the 5 Delicas and 4 15-0s on there 4 times for each side of my cushion cut bead here. So I'm going to go back through these which I could not do until I put my little heater on, and it looks like I'm having trouble anyway, but I think I'll have a little bit less trouble than I was having before. I'm going to go through several of my beads. You can go through as many as you want to. I'm going to come out one of the delicas past my 15-0 there. Turn it into a circle. And now I'm just going to do a little peyote here. I'm going to pick up one of my delicas, and I'm going to skip the next delica and go into the next delica after that. And I always have to push my stop bead down a little bit here at the beginning to get them to set like I want them to. I forgot to say I've got a stop bead on here, and I've got about a 6-inch tail, just enough to put a needle on it and sew it in later. So that sets the bead I picked up next to the bead I skipped. Now I'm going to pick up another delica, skip the next delica, and go into the one after that. And that sets that one next to that one. Push my stop bead down again. Just have to do this a couple times, then it'll be alright the rest of the time. So that's what I've got so far. So now I'm to my 15-0s. So when I get to my 15-0s, which are going to be the corner of my stone, I'm going to pick up one 15-0. I'm going to skip that next 15-0 and go through the two 15-0s of those four. And that sets that 15-0 next to the one I skipped. Now I'll pick up another 15-0. I'm going to skip that 15-0 and go into the delica on the other side of it. I'm going to have to, I said I wouldn't have to do this anymore, but I did. I lied. I didn't mean to lie, but I lied. Okay, now I'm going to, coming out of that delica there, I'm going to pick up a delica. I'm going to skip the next delica and go into the delica after that. And pick up another delica, skip the next delica, and go into the delica after that. Now I'm to my 15-0s again. So I'm going to pick up a 15-0, skip that next 15-0, and go into the two 15-0s in the corner there, between those four. Now I'm going to pick up another 15-0, skip that next 15-0, and go into the delica after that. So that's got me halfway around, so I'm going to keep doing this all the way around. I'm going to pick up a delica and go into the next delica, and then when I get to the 15-0s, pick up a 15-0, go into the two middle 15-0s, pick up a 15-0 and go into that next delica. And I'm going to do that till I get back around here. When I get back around here, I'll come back and we'll do the step up. So I'll be back. Okay, I'm back around to my last corner here, and I went ahead and turned my heater off. I'm going to try to turn it off and just turn it on between clips, and that way hopefully I can stay warm enough and y'all won't have to listen to it. So I'm coming out of this delica right before my last group of 15-0s. Pick up a 15-0. Let's skip the next 15-0 and go through those two 15-0s in the middle of those four. Now I'm going to pick up a 15-0, skip that next 15-0, and I'm going to go into that delica down in there and up into that delica on the diagonal. That's going to be my step up. Okay, now I'm going to Pick up a delica, go into the next sticking out delica, pick up a delica, go into that sticking out 15-0. Now when I get to my corner here, I'm going to pick up one 15-0 and go all the way over here into this next sticking out 15-0. And that's going to make my corner. I'm going to push it in a little bit with my thumb, and it's going to start cupping in like I need it to do to hold my stone. Now I'm going to pick up a delica, go into the next sticking out delica, pick up another delica, go into the next sticking out delica, pick up another delica, go into the sticking out 15-0. Now I'm going to pick up one 15-0 and go way over here into this 15-0 and kind of pull it a little bit and push it in with my thumb to get it to start cupping in like that. See? Now I'm going to do that all the way around. I'm going to put delicas until I get to my two 15-0s, and I'm going to put one 15-0 between the two 15-0s on each corner. And when I get around to my step up, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back around here to my last corner here before my step up. So I'm going to pick up a delica. I've tried to kind of flatten it out here. It's making little walls around here. That's just what I need it to do, but I kind of trying to flatten it out so y'all can see. So I'm picking up a delica. I'm going into that next sticking up 15-0. Pick up a 15-0. Go all the way over here into this 15-0 like I've been doing. Now this is my step up, so I'm going to pick up a delica. I'm going to skip that delica down in there, go into the sticking out delica. And the one on the diagonal. That's my step up. Try to get this pulled like it's supposed to be now, where I was trying to keep it flattened out. There we go. So that's what I've got now. So now I'm going to sew over here to this side and do some on this side. I've tried before. This side I'm working on here is going to be the back, and this side's going to be the front. I don't know that it really matters that much, though. They're both pretty much the same, but I've tried like doing the whole back before and then going and doing the whole front, and I can never get my stone to stay in there that way. It's usually too tight, and I can't get my stone in there at all. I don't know if it's something to do with my tension or what it is, but it just never works out. So it works out better for me if I just do a little on the front and a little on the back. So I'm going to sew over to the front. So I'm coming out of this delica. I'm just going to sew on the diagonal. Until I'm coming out that 15-0, I guess is where I'm going to land. Okay. Now I'm going to put a 15-0 in between all the beads on this side. So I'm going to pick up a 15-0. I'm going to skip those two beads like I did on the back and go into the next 15-0. pick up another 15-0, go into the next delica, pick up another 15-0, go into the next delica, just going into all the sticking out beads, pick up another 15-0, go into the sticking out 15-0, pick up another 15-0. I'm going to skip those two 15-0s and go into that 15 over there that's sticking out. Kind of pull in a little bit as I'm going. Pick up another 15-0. Go into the next sticking out delica. Pick up another 15-0. Go into the next sticking out delica. Pick up another 15-0. Go into the next sticking out 15-0. Pick up another 15-0. Skip those two 15-0s and go into the 15-0 all the way on the other side. Get my needle in there. It's wanting to give me trouble. It's not wanting to go in there. There we go. Now I'm just going to keep doing that till I get all the way around to my step up, and when I get to my step up, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back around here almost to my step up now, so I'm going to pick up a 15-0, go into this next sticking out delica, and now I'm going to pick up a 15-0 and go into that, skip that delica down in there and go into that sticking out delica and the one on the diagonal. And that's my step up. Now, I'm going to see if I can lay my stone in here and if it'll go in here and stay. Sure, I might have to go ahead and I'm going to be putting in another round of 15-0s in here anyway, around this same side. Well, got my thread all tangled up in there. I think I'm probably going to have to put my next round of 15-0s in before I put my stone in. So all I'm going to do now is just go around and put 15-0s between all the sticking up 15-0s. So I'm going to pick up a 15-0, go into the next sticking out 15-0, pick up a 15-0, go into the next sticking out 15-0, pick up a 15-0, go into the next sticking out 15-0, pick up a 15-0 here in the corner, go into that sticking out 15-0 in the middle there, pick up a 15-0, go into the next sticking out 15-0, I'm just going to keep doing that until I get all the way back around, and when I get back around to my step up, I'll be back. Okay, I'm almost back around here to my step up now. Forgot to turn my heater off. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to pick up a 15-0. I'm going to go into the next sticking out delica. I'm going to pick up a 15-0. And this is my step up. So I'm skipping that delica that's down in there and going into what is the next sticking up 15-0 and on up into the 15-0 on the diagonal. That's my step up. Now I'm going to sew over to the back and do some more on the back, but first I'm going to see if I can get my stone in here. Make sure I've not done this too tight that I can't get my stone in here. I want to be able to get it in there once I get on the back and hold it in. I think I probably can, so I'm going to figure out where I am. Okay, I'm coming out of this 15-0 here. I'm going to sew into this 15-0 and sew on the diagonal until I'm coming out that delica there. It doesn't matter, you can come out any bead you can come out. Now I'm going to try to lay my stone in here. Try to hold my stone in here while I'm doing this part. Now, I'm going to pick up a 15-0 and I'm going to put a 15-0 in between all the sticking out beads on the back here. So I'm going to go into that delica, pick up a 15-0, go into that sticking out 15-0 there in the corner. Pick up a 15-0, go into the next delica, sticking up delica, stone slipping around on me. Pick up a 15-0, go into the next sticking out delica, pick up a 15-0, go into the next sticking out delica, pick up a 15-0, go into the sticking out delica in the middle there, the corner, pick up a 15-0, go into the sticking out delica, so I'm just going to keep doing that all the way around till I get around to my step up, and when I get to my step up I'll be back. Okay, I'm around here on my step up now. And the farther around I got, the easier it was to hold my stone in place. I know I was struggling there at the beginning, but the farther around I got, the easier it was to hold it in there. So I'm going to pick up a 15-0. And I'm coming out of this delica here. I'm going to skip that delica down in there, go into the next delica sticking out, and the 15-0 on the diagonal. That's my step up. Now I'm going to put another row of 15-0s on here. So I'll pick up a 15-0, but when I get to the corner here, I'm going to go through both of these 15-0s and not put one between them. draw my corner in more. And then I'm going to pick up a 15-0, go into the next sticking out 15-0, pick up a 15-0, go into the next sticking out 15-0, pick up a 15-0, and I'm to my corner, so I'm going to go through both of these 15-0s. So I'm going to do that all the way around. I'm going to put a 15-0 between all the beads except the corners. I'm going to go through both 15-0s without a bead. And then when I get done, I'll sew back over to the front and put another row of 15-0s on the front. So I'll be back. Okay, I'm almost around here to my step up now. So I'm going to pick up a 15-0, go into the next sticking out 15-0, and I'm going to pick up a 15-0, and go and skip that delica down in there and go into the next 15-0 and the one on the diagonal. That's my step up. Now I'm going to sew back around to the front here. So I'm going to go, I'm coming out of this 15-0. I'm going to go on into this 15-0. Actually, I think I'll go through all three of those 15-0s there. And then I'm going to go into this delica. And I think I'll go into this delica. I need to be mindful of the way I'm sewing. I just have to sew away from me. I just can't seem to sew toward me for some reason. So I'm going to go from this delica up into this 15-0. And now I'm going to put a 15-0 in between all the 15-0s on the front here. I'm going to pick up a 15-0, go into this 15-0, pick up a 15-0, go into this 15-0 in the corner here, pick up a 15-0, go into the next sticking out 15-0, pick up a 15-0, go into the next sticking out 15-0, pick up a 15-0, go into the next sticking out 15-0, pick up a 15-0, I'll go around one more corner here, go into that 15-0 in the corner, and it's not wanting to pop in there. Pick up a 15-0, go into the next sticking out 15-0, so I'm just going to do that all the way around, and then when I get around I'll be done, except we'll do some embellishing around the sides with the bicones and all that. So I'll be back. Okay, I'm almost all the way around here now, so I'm going to pick up a 15-0, go into this next sticking out 15-0, and then I'm going to pick up a 15-0, and this is my last one. And I'm going to skip that delica down in there and go into that 15-0, And if I was going to step up, I would go into that one on the diagonal, but I don't need to do that because I'm done now. So now I'm going to sew until I get back here to my back row of delicas. So I'm going to just see where I'm coming out here. I'm going to sew into this 15-0 and these two 15-0s and this 15-0. Now I've got my 11-0s here. I'm going to pick up an 11-0 and I'm going to go from this 15-0 over here into this delica. Pick up another 11-0, go from this delica over here into this delica. Pick up another 11-0 and go into this 15-0. Now I'm going to sew around here until I'm coming out this 15-0. I'm not going to put anything in this corner yet. I'm going to, but not yet. I'm going to go into these two 15-0s. And down into this 15-0. Now I'm going to pick up an 11-0. Go from this 15-0 over here into this delica. Pick up another 11-0. Go from this delica over here into this delica. Pick up another 11-0. From this delica into this 15-0. Now I'm going to sew around this corner again, so I'm going to go through these two 15-0s into this 15-0, and now I'm going to do the same thing, put 11-0s, and then when I come to the corner just sew around it until I have 3 11-0s on each of my sides there. And when I come back, we'll put some more bicones in. So I'll be back. Or put some bicones in. We've not put any in yet, have we? So I'll be back. Okay, I just need to put in one more 11-0. So I'm going to pick up my 11-0. Coming out of that bicone there, I'm going to go into this 15-0. Now I'm going to sew until I'm coming out of this 11-0 right here. So I'm going to go through these two 15-0s again. I'm going to go into this 15-0 and on up into that 11-0 if I can get in it. I'll probably have to do them one at a time, yeah. Now I'm going to go into this 11-0. Okay, now I'm going to pick up a bicone and go into the next 11-0. And I'm going to pick up a bicone and go into the next 11-0. Now when I get to this corner here, I'm going to pick up a 15-0, a bicone, and a 15-0. And go over here into this 11-0. I'm going to pick up a bicone, go into the next 11-0, pick up a bicone, go into the next 11-0. When I come to this corner, I'm going to pick up a 15-0, a bicone, and a 15-0, and go into the 11 over here. I'm just going to do that all the way around, putting in a bicone. When I come to the corner, I'm going to put in a 15-0 bicone and 15-0. So when I get all the way around, I'll be back. Okay, I just need one more bicone here in the corner. So I'm going to pick up a 15-0, a bicone, and a 15-0. And I'm going to go into this 11-0. Okay, now I'm going to sew till I'm coming out the 15-0 before this bicone in the corner here. So I'm going to go through these, the bicone, the 11-0, bicone, the 11-0, and that 15-0, which is the one in the corner there. Now I'm going to put my dagger on. So I'm going to pick up two 15-0s, my dagger, and two 15-0s, and I'm going to go around this bicone and go into the 15-0 on the other side of it here. And I'm going to go on into that 11-0 if I can get in it. Put my dagger on. Now I'm going to sew all the way around till I get up here to this opposite bicone in the corner, because that's where I'm going to put my wire guardian on. I'm going to go through the bicone and the 11-0, bicone, and the 11-0, be careful not to get hooked around my dagger bead. Now I'm in the corner here, so I got to go through my 15-0 bicone, 15-0, and I got through that 11-0 too. Now I'm going to go into the bicone, 11-0, bicone, the 11-0, and the 15-0. Now I'm going to put on my wire guardian here. So I'm going to pick up three 15-0s, one of my 11-0s, and my wire guardian. Come down the other channel of my wire guardian, back into my 11-0, hold on to my wire guardian so the thread will land in the channel, hold on to my wire guardian and pull the slack out of my thread. Now I'm going to pick up three more 15-0s, and I'm going to skip over that bicone and go into the 15-0 on the other side of it, and on into that 11-0. Get my wire guardian on there. Now I'm going to sew down here and go around my dagger again. So I'm going to sew into my bicone, my 11-0, bicone, 11-0, Okay, I got through that 1502. Bicone 150. Make sure not to get caught around my whole piece here. The 11-0. Bicone 11-0. Bicone 11-0. Now I'm going to go into this 15-0, which can be challenging, but it can be done. Probably should have tried to do that while I was going through that 11-0. There we go. Now I'm going to go down these two 15-0s. Back into my dagger bead. Back up these two 15-0s. And into that third 15-0 there. I'm going to this 11-0. Bicone 11-0. Bicone. Be careful not to get caught around everything. 11-0. 15-0 bicone. I'm working my way up here to go around my wire guardian again. Go around my 15 in my 15-0, 11-0 bicone, 11-0 bicone, 11-0, and I got through the 15-0 that time. Now I'm going to go up these three 15-0s and into the 11-0 under the wire guardian. Go around the wire guardian. Down the other channel of the wire guardian. Back into the 11-0. Hold my finger over the wire guardian. Now I'm going to go down these three 15-0s on this side. And the one on the other side of that bicone. And the 11-0. So, now I'm done. So I'm just going to sew my thread in. I'm just going to go through here and crisscross it. I'm not going to tie half-inch knots. I'm just going to go through here and crisscross my thread through my bezel like I always do with the bezel. And then I'll go ahead and put the ear wire on before I come back. Y'all don't need to see me do that. You've seen me do that a bunch of times. So when I come back, I'll have both of the earrings made and we'll see what I've got. So I'll be back. Okay, I'm finally done now. So there's my little earrings made with some of the beads that came in the most recent, or in the June and July Potomac Beads Treasure Edition subscription boxes. I know this video was longer than usual, but this is just something that takes a little bit of time to do. Like I said, I'll put a link in the description box below to the page on the Potomac Beads website where you can read about the subscription and subscribe if it's something that you're interested in. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate those of you who have subscribed to my channel and watched my videos and liked and commented on my videos. I have a website where I sell my jewelry. It's Teresa's Handmade Jewelry, and I'll put a link to it in the description box below in case you're interested, along with a link to my Facebook, Instagram, and my email. If you haven't, I'd really love it if you'd subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload a new video. So until next time, I hope y'all have a great day. Take care.